Okay, what's up everybody? This is Scratch. I got a quick video. Actually, I don't know how quick it's going to be. It's pretty much just going to be a raw update video. I didn't even shut my fan off. I'm not going to edit this. I just got some things that I just kind of wanted to talk about. I have things in my head that I've gone over while I'm sitting here that I'm going to talk about. Some of them I'll bring up, probably most of them I won't. But I just wanted to just kind of give an update about you know, where I've been, what I've been doing, what I plan on doing maybe, and stuff like that. So earlier today, and mainly the reason I'm making this is because I want to thank people for reaching out and you know, and just making sure that I was okay, because earlier today I tweeted that I hadn't tweeted in 12 days. Hadn't streamed in over a month. Part of that was due to E3, so that's a little bit over dramatic. Reading back through the tweet, it's like, well, it's not really been a month. It's probably been the same 12 days, because obviously I wasn't going to stream you know, while I was at E3, although I could have. I suppose I could have gone live, but and I kind of wanted to. I don't know why I didn't. But anyways, I tweeted all of that stuff, and I kind of regretted it afterwards, I think, because, you know, I don't want to come across as like, you know, I know people ask me all the time, like, what's wrong, or if I'm okay, and I always say that I am. And I didn't want to really post that, or even maybe even post this, but I just don't want to come across as like trying to, you know, garner attention. I get a lot of attention as it is, so I don't really need any more. I get several messages a day of people asking me to send them V-Bucks or shark cards in Grand Theft Auto. That didn't stop while I was gone, but so I get plenty of attention or whatever. So this isn't about what that's about. It's more just me wanting to get some things out and just kind of talk about the channel, what I plan on doing, and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna edit it. There's not gonna be gameplay. I considered putting it over Crash Bandicoot gameplay because I figured like you could have something to watch, but I figured I just want to have a conversation, and so I didn't bother to do that. I figured either you can listen to me or you can click off the video and not watch anything. So plus it's easier to not edit, and it is late. It's like 10:55, so I need to get to bed. But I've rambled enough. So basically I didn't tweet for 12 days. And it wasn't because of any one thing, I guess. Doing this YouTube and everything that I do obviously can get to anybody. It's been it's like been forever that I've been doing keeping up this pace, and it's not that I can't keep up with it, and I'll definitely be back at it. I just needed to take a little bit of a break, and sometimes I do it because I think it's important as a creator to sort of step away and just kind of let things go for a little bit and just kind of see what happens. I think the most interesting thing that happened when I did this was that I had signed up or something for this Sumall thing. It's something that I clicked on to try to get Twitter stats or something a while ago, and they auto tweet for me, and I thought about I don't like that stuff, so I usually delete it, but I found some of the analytics that it tweets out automatically pretty amazing, and so I just sort of left it on because it only auto tweets once a week, and sometimes it's interesting to get a reminder and see who you've engaged with and that sort of stuff. So I just sort of left it up there, but it was interesting. So in that time span where I hadn't tweeted at all, I had quit tweeting like through E3 and the previous weeks, and I had gotten the Sumall was the post that my retweet mention, or my mention reach or something, was like something like 450,000, so just under 500,000 people in reach for that. And then interestingly enough, when I completely quit doing anything, that dropped all the way down to 8,000, which I say all the way down to 8,000. People would kill for those numbers, and I'll get into numbers in a second with YouTube, because I think it's kind of interesting, like when you start off on these journeys, like everybody's like, man, if I could just get to 100 subscribers or 100 followers or 100 whatever they call people who engage with you on social media platforms. I don't think that feeling ever really goes away. As soon as you hit 100, you can't wait till you hit 500. As soon as you hit 500, you can't wait to hit 1,000. As soon as you hit 1,000, can't wait to hit 10,000. 10,000 for me, or even 1,000, was something on YouTube anyways, was something that I never thought that I would achieve, so I was never really looking for it. And that's one of the things that I think I kind of struggled with, was that all of this stuff that I get, and attention and things that I do, and people are always like, you know, how do you do this? How do you keep up with it? Or whatever. And to me, it's always sort of, it's hard to answer that. Like, I don't know how to answer that, because like I sort of struggle with being viewed differently by people than I'm a normal person. Like, I'm just like anybody else. Like, so I sort of struggle with, you know, people maybe looking at me differently than I look at myself. It's always in a good light. I mean, they always, you know, a lot of people, you know, place me quite a bit higher than I probably place myself. But it's definitely interesting. It's an interesting dynamic that I guess I wasn't really expecting. I think a lot of people who try to, like, you know, set out to become famous, or set out to do big things, or whatever, if there's personal goals involved, you know, they can kind of have this feeling of like, yeah, now I'm finally being looked at and treated like I hoped I would, or whatever, you know, and I don't do that, you know. And so it's been a little bit of a struggle, I think, is part of the core things that I have a problem with. And it's kind of a weird thing, because I want to be able to express myself, or be able to express what I mean by this, but like I don't know that I could accurately do it. It's kind of hard, actually. And I'm nearing that point where I just sort of stop recording and delete this. I've actually done that several times. But so anyways, I guess long story short is that, you know, I'm seeing a lot of success on YouTube, a lot of success in other areas and things that I'm working with. I was actually asked to fly out to a place to speak on the things that I do, and to speak on a panel. I'm unable to make it, so it's not happening. I would love to be able to announce that, and let everybody watch it. I think it would be something cool, something to be able to give back, and people could learn from. But I'm unable to make that happen, so it won't be happening. But it was honored to even be asked to do that, and I think it's kind of exciting. At the same time, it's a little bit like, whoa, what's going on, you know? So, but it was cool to be asked for that, and to, you know, to kind of approach that thought process, and kind of think about, like, you know, what I would have spoke about, or what I would talk about, or what I would do, or anything like that, which I would have no problem with doing it, because having those talks or whatever, like, it's good for people, I think, to, you know, to hear things and kind of give your perspective, because I feel like I'm just like anybody else. And so I feel like I can speak from there. I get a lot of comments on my YouTube channel about how the way I present things, like, seems kind of chill. The funny thing is I don't really do that as part of anything other than my own personality. I talk to the camera like I'm friends with my Logitech C922. I talk to the camera like I'm talking to a friend. And I think it resonates with people, and they feel a little bit more of a connection. But at the same time, I sometimes feel a little bit of a disconnection. And so I kind of struggled with part of this. Here's an example. I sort of struggled with the fact, like, I was super excited to hit 10,000 subscribers. That means there's 10,000 people on this YouTube channel who have decided that I was worth their time. I've given stuff out, or I've created enough content that they enjoy, or they like, or whatever it is, and I spend so much time, maybe an unhealthy amount of time, in my analytics looking at stuff, and it was just kind of overwhelming. Like, I'm super excited about it, but there's also this huge thing hanging over my head of, like, well, don't fuck this up, because, you know, people are watching, and you can affect what people say and do. Like, there's kids who join my stream. I've quit swearing. I've kind of taken the ninja roll out of it. I realize I just swore, but I've tried to quit swearing, I guess I should say. But that's how I take it. Like, I don't want to I don't want to I want to affect people positively. I think I struggle with that feeling of like you're making a difference in a positive light, and I know that I do, I think, but I really want to be able to do more of it. And I think what I'm going through right now and what I took this last 12 days for those of you who are wondering, was really just to sort of take a step back and figure out how I can make that impact and make it meaningful and put myself either to the side of that, and to not, you know, to put that forward, to kind of make sure that I'm going about it the right way, where I'm not putting myself ahead of what it is I'm doing and what it is I'm trying to accomplish. And I don't think I've been doing that. I think I just wanted to take the time to make sure that I'm not doing that. I like to make a connection with people. That's something that I'm also struggling with. So I definitely appreciate it when you guys, you know, like or leave a comment or talk. I read all of them. I haven't responded to a lot of them lately, but I do read all of them, and it helps me to know, like, that it matters. You know, I get a lot of people who come into a stream. I'll have 10, 15, 20 people watching, but nobody's really saying anything all the time. I mean, sometimes, but I want to know, like, how you guys are doing, and like, and have that interaction. And so sometimes I get it, and sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I get it and don't realize it. And you know, I just wanted to put it out there. Like, I really enjoy the engagement, like when you guys are talking, and not just, you know, retweeting for the purposes of anything other than trying to help out, or, you know, engage and be part of something bigger. And so there's been a lot of changes in the things that I've been a part of for many, many, many years now. So I'm working through some of those changes and trying to figure out, like, where I go from here, where I go with all of that, and how I can adapt to continue to do what it is I'm doing. So it's something that I've always done, was just basically adapt, and that's why I've done things that I've, you know, that's why I've been, you know, so long with the Xbox Ambassadors program, on the forums, on Mixer, on streaming with the ambassadors, and you know, working with them to basically implement and provide feedback and come up with ideas and work with the alphas. And this is all stuff that I do, but so do a bunch of other people, and a lot of people do it with me. And I also want to make sure that they're recognized, and that they, some of them are way more important and do way more than I even do. And so I don't want to take anybody's credit for anything. So the people that you see me conversing with and talking with, like, I want you to look at them just like you would look at me. Like, they're probably in the trenches doing as much, if not more, than I'm doing as well. So stuff like that helps, I think. People who were checking on me, I definitely appreciate that. And I'm back to creating content. I'm looking at some stuff to kind of change up. I know we had, as part of a channel update, I know that we had this, I had the games I'm getting from ID at Xbox. I get them every week. I play them. I've been streaming them, but I have not been creating the 101 series. And the reason for that is they actually hurt my channel a little bit, which was interesting. I don't know why. I thought they were good. I mean, I like them. I enjoy creating them. I enjoy playing them. I feel like the 101 video provides a pretty good overview of all of the games, so that you can find out, like, what one you should be downloading, which ones are crap and you should just leave there. You know, I leave it pretty open, throw a little bit of opinion, throw a lot of fact in there, and just show it, all in about a minute. So you can basically go take a dump, and by the time you're, that's kind of weird to think you watch me on the toilet, but you can go take a dump, and by the time you're finished, you'll know about what most of the games are for the week that released on ID at Xbox. And so I thought that would be a hit. It was super easy, but for whatever reason, I'm getting maybe, you know, 25 to 50 views. I don't even break 100 views on those. And if I stream or do other videos that are super low effort and take no time at all, you know, I'm getting the tune 300s. And so I don't understand. I do a ton of keyword research. I do a ton of research to do thumbnails, like more than you could possibly imagine. I'm spending several hours to make a 1-minute video. Part of the reason I think is that by the time that I get them, by the time that I get the games, they've already been out for a couple of days, or they've been released, and Major Nelson is done tweeting about them. ID at Xbox might be tweeting about some of it. They don't necessarily tweet about the creators that they give the codes to, but they do tweet about the game to build up hype for it. But I'm not really seeing anybody searching for these games. They don't know about them, so I tried to I tried to market them a little bit differently, not by the title, not by the game type, but by games like this, or which Kane does on XBLA Fans, or first person or top down shooter games, things like that, stuff that people are searching for. And that seemed to help increase it a little bit, but actually everything in my YouTube was in the red. When I quit focusing on those and I went back to doing like some of the update videos, or just gameplay videos, or achievement guides, or whatever like that, everything starts to come back up. I don't understand what it is. Maybe it's the high volume of them, so I tried cutting it back to doing just a couple a week, and not even covering all the games and just streaming the ones that I didn't. That didn't seem to change anything, so I don't think anybody hates them, because the videos are liked for the people that see them. It's just like YouTube algorithms or something is just not showing them to people. I don't understand, or they don't get a lot of engagement. A lot of people don't come in and comment on them. They don't, I say, tell me what you think in the comments, stuff like that. People don't do that. So the engagement, I think, on them is really low, and I think that's what hurts it the most. I get a lot more engagement on the other things, and so I still get them. I've been streaming them. I've been talking about them and tweeting, aside from the last, like I said, 12 days up to today. But I need to figure out what I want to do with those going forward. I mean, streaming is good. I mean, it's getting more exposure than these games have, just by mentioning them or showing a screenshot, or even the achievement showing up in my feed, than they're probably getting otherwise. But I'd like to find a way to add a little bit more value to that for people and to the developers who spend so much time working on them, and then of course to myself, who spends probably way too many hours creating them. So one-on-one videos are kind of on hold for now. They're just going to be streams. Wouldn't be surprised if the idea at Xbox was like, you're not really doing anything productive with these, so we're just not going to seed them to you anymore. I don't, if that happens, I guess it happens. I'm trying to figure out a way. So I've been struggling with that as well. Struggling with some things on a personal level that I'm not obviously going to get into on a public post here, or a public video here, but I did just want to let my friends know, those of you who reached out to ask if I was okay, and let you know that I am okay. Obviously, forced positivity and me is not hidden too well. Maybe people could tell some things were up or whatever, but I try. And I do appreciate you guys reaching out. Some of you reached out after the fact that I kind of came back and said, hey, I'm here, things are good, I'm okay. Some of you decided that, you would intrude, or not intrude, you didn't want to intrude. I almost said some of you guys thought you would intrude then. That's terrible. That's not what I meant. But some of you guys, had said, I actually had at least 3 people off the top of my head that I can think of that had messaged me today and said, hey, didn't want to say anything, but I see you're tweeting about it, so I just wanted to say, what they said. And so I thought that was really cool. I definitely appreciate the support, and all the support that you guys have given me. I do feel a little bit of guilt for not celebrating 10,000 subscribers like I wanted to, like I should have. It's a huge milestone. I should just shut up and appreciate this stuff and just get out of my own head maybe about some of it, Stop reading so much into things, and just get a handle on myself and what I'm doing, and not worry so much about things like what I'm doing, personal personal relationships of things that I have with different people and doing different things, and just sort of just go back to being me and doing me and being done with not doing that. So I definitely appreciate all of your support. I appreciate you watching the video. If you got this far, leave a comment, because I'm super curious if anybody actually sees this far. And so I don't really care about editing or doing anything, because I'm pretty sure that nobody's gonna watch up to here. So, but if you do, let me know, because holy shit, there I swore again. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be back. I'll be streaming more. I'm hoping to engage more. I'm hoping I can get through, get there and do this with you guys, and we can maybe make it to 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 subscribers. And I'm gonna go all in, I think, and just kind of see where it goes. Biggest personal struggle right now is just feeling like it matters and that I'm making a difference, positive, for other people. So appreciate all your help with that, and I will see you guys next time.